Hello, hello. StarSurfer here for my monthly reading for June 2023 for my Aquariuses. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Hello, Aquarians. How are you? How are you? Want me to tell you why I feel like you're feeling pretty good? Venus is in Leo. Venus is in Leo. For the longest time, Venus will stay in Leo uninterrupted since 1812. 1812. You know why that's great for you? Leo is your opposite sign, which means Leo is your 7th house, which means this is the house of your committed partnerships, romance, close business partnerships, closest friends, and Venus is there for the next 4 months till October. A Venusian uplift of beauty, romance, creativity, play, pleasure. All of these things are being gifted to you. This is lovely, right? Because Pluto has moved into your sign. It actually, I'll get to that in a second, the retrograde. But Pluto moved into your sign in March, where it will stay for the next 20 years. Pluto in your sign, whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Aquarius, whichever your placement you're watching this for, Pluto is about to be on it. It's about to be on top of it. That's intense energy. So a little Venusian uplift, especially coming out of you just had also Saturn in your sign of Aquarius for 2.5 years. It's in Pisces now, and it's not coming back. Don't worry, it's not pulling a Pluto and retrograding back. But that's heavy too. There is a sense that I get when I tune into your chart, Aquarius, that this is a time when the universe is calling you to evolve, because we are entering, right? And there's debate, there is debate amongst astrologers when this is happening, but it is undeniable it's happening. We are moving into the age of Aquarius. You are going to lead us into a new age. And for this reason, the universe is making sure you are ready, prepared, not fucking around. You get Saturn, you get Pluto, right? These are heavy energies. These are intense energies. These are energies of mastery and evolution, transformation, leveling up. You will not be the same. I know you're not the same person you were before Saturn moved through your sign, and you will certainly be almost unrecognizable to yourself by the time Pluto moves out of Aquarius in 20 years, right? This is the kind of power that is with you, Aquarius, now. It is impossible to take it lightly. And so the universe is asking, is providing a large ask of you. You will be the leaders for us, but at the same time it knows you still like to have fun. So here is this Venus moment for you for the next 4 months. Venus is usually in and out in 3 weeks, but this is 4 months for you, a Venus in your opposite sign, shining its light on you, beaming its brightness upon you, its beauty. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's Gemini season. There is Mercury is in Gemini now as of Sunday. That's a fellow air sign. For you, this quickens the pace. You're back in your groove. Things are moving quickly. You can communicate easily. You're probably finding, if you have any Gemini friends or other air sign friends, particularly other Aquarians or Geminis, things are firing quickly. And that's lovely for you. You are in your element when Mercury is in an air sign. And Jupiter is in Taurus, right? Your 4th house, the base of your chart. Whatever beliefs or setups you had around home and family are expanding. There is a benevolent energy flowing through them. You're Aquarius. Scry the trend. Read the room. Pick up on the energy. Download the message. and then transmute it into your reality. Because you are Uranus ruled, but you're also Saturn ruled. You can do both things, right? You can hear and you can translate. So start to do that work, because when you do it for yourself, you can then show us the way to do it on a larger scale. But we cannot teach anything we do not live. We cannot give anything we have not received. So allow yourself to receive these lessons. Allow yourself to walk this path so that you can guide us along this path. I know you care about our collective well-being, about us changing because we are in a moment of crisis. You care. Do the work you need to do so that you can lead us where you know we need to go. Yeah? Okay. That was a lot. But you're an Aquarius, so you probably are fine with it. You're like, yeah, change the world. Let's do it. But the world starts with you. You are inseparable from the world. Change yourself, change the world. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Remember that? Heroes. Let's pull some cards. Let's see what my spirit team has message-wise for you today. Again, this is a collective reading. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. That is a lot of energies. So you will know what messages are for you and which ones to leave. Oh, you will know. You'll probably let me know because you're an Aquarius also. And I love that about you. Wild, Unknown, Animal Spirit Oracle deck. I love this deck. Animal medicine is so powerful, especially as we're working on healing the Earth with Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus, moving towards a conjunction next year, so that'll be intense, but let's stick right now. But if you read cards, definitely pick these up and give them a whirl, and then let's see what we got for you. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. You feel ready to go. You feel fired up and ready to go. I love that. Where are we going? Where are we going? I know you know. You have a feeling. Any messages or insights for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node? Any messages or insights from my Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node? Thought we had one, but we don't. Hold on. Any other messages or insights? Oh, wow. That's like a lot. Okay, wow. A lot just came out. Because a lot is being asked, a lot is being given. And so a lot is being expected. Okay, let's start here. The whale, the swan. This is graceful energy. This is powerful energy. This is spiritual energy. This I read as like a Gemini energy, the twins, which we are in Gemini season now. So that energy is heavy for all of us. It's especially heavy for you because it is a fellow air sign. So you you move very easily through this kind of season. But it is about like what aspects of yourself have you hidden away, submerged, because it did not look or feel like the perhaps like strong and it did not feel like it fit with the image of the leader that you are trying to portray to the world. And sometimes Aquarius, and I say this with love because I'm an Aquarius moon, low-key. Not low-key, there's nothing low-key about that. But I say this with love. Sometimes you sell an image because the image performs a service for the people around you. And it requires you to deny aspects of yourself. But this is telling me, like, call those aspects in because they are needed. There is something about that self-denial, for lack of a better word, that like self-mythologizing that can be detrimental to the cause, to the purpose. You need every part of yourself. Pluto in Aquarius is going to demand it. Pluto in Aquarius is going to demand every part of you, even the parts that you try to hide. Here's the thing about a swan. Do you ever see it swim and it's just perfect, smooth, easy gliding on top of the surface? But then underneath, there is this furious kicking. There is this work required. You need both parts of themselves and both parts of yourself. And honestly, and I'm feeling this now, it will not help us. It will not help you, certainly, but it will not help us if you try to hide the work. Yes, do it with beauty and grace. You will undeniably and inevitably do it with beauty and grace, but let us know the work that goes into it, because you are being called to be a spiritual leader here, a teacher. We need to see both sides of you, because if we just see the above the surface, we won't know how to accomplish that for ourselves. And the reality of how to accomplish that for ourselves is furious work. Engagement with the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we submerge. The whale swims to the depths of the ocean and then again to the surface. It brings whatever is down there up, exposes it to air, right? To the light of day, but then down into the deeps. They communicate too, the whale. They have a song, they have a message. They can be alone, and often are, but they also need, in moments, packs. You need connections. You are part of a web now, the spider. You know this. You thrive off of this. Your community needs you, and you need your community. But they need all of you, realistically, and not just this part of you. They need both. They need the leader, and they need the how-to. And you got to being a leader through work, through engagement with things that you might not want to look at because they don't align with this sense of strength. They're too messy or watery or emotional, or they evade kind of an intellectual understanding. But we need that. You have to show us that. You can make it playful. Otters are my favorite animal to watch at the zoo. Have you ever sat at a zoo and watched a group of otters for like half an hour just play? There was an otter exhibit, I don't know, whatever, pen. Ooh. There was an otter enclosure at the Chicago Zoo, and it was my favorite place to be. I don't like zoos anymore, but when I used to go to zoos, they had a slide in their, in their, I don't know the word, in their place. They had a slide in their otter place, their little home. And they would literally just run, swim up it, slide down it, swim back to the back of it, climb up it, swim down it, over and over again for hours, just because it was fun. It accomplished nothing, actually, but pure fun. You need that. You need that. You're in Gemini season now for the next, week and a half, half a week. Take advantage of this weekend to really play. Have fun. This is a lot of work. Like I've said, this is a lot of work. But you Aquarius need fun too. And part of that is going out and connecting. Go to a party. There's a new moon this weekend. And it will be weird. Don't do any substances. Be careful with substances because it is squaring Neptune. But go have fun. It can re-energize and re-engage and reinvigorate you to go back to the work. And if you get too in your Saturn and away from your Uranus leaderships, it will feel like the task is impossible, or it's not worth it, or it's heavy. And you are here to show us, I'm telling you, you are here to show us that the work can be done and it can be fun. The two things do not need to be mutually exclusive. This is all about how do I bring in polarities together, in unison, in harmony, moving towards the same place, fun and work together, right? Play and dedication together, moving. No part of you can be denied, and you need to show us that. You need to show us that. You need to show us. You need to show us. There is a way in the past that you have figured things out alone, on your own, and only shown up once you've mastered it. Right? You can't tell me that's not true. I know that's true. I do it. There's a way in the past you have mastered something alone, struggled with it on your own, out of sight, away from others, and only brought it forward once you had mastered it. This is telling me that you need to show us the work. You need to show us that sometimes things look silly and you're trying to learn, but you're trying and you're learning. And it's fun to learn. You know that. You love to learn. But part of the learning process is making mistakes and getting things wrong and being bad at something at first. We cannot get good at something truly until we're willing to be bad at it. Because if we're not willing to be bad at something, we aren't willing to really risk it, to really invest. Because if we really invest, it is a guarantee we will mess up at least once. At least once. But we build on the back of our failures. We climb on the mountain of our mistakes, right? We build on top of those things. You can do this. You must, and it will be fun. But you have to, again, show us how you work. Show us the learning process as it's happening. There are things already in this moment now that you have mastered, and that, bring it forth. Show us, lead us. But in other things, as Pluto moves through your sign for the next 20 years, it will be a learning curve, right? It will be a process in motion. You need to engage with that in the collective and let us see it so that we know it can be done, so that we see the steps, right? If you are careful and don't hide yourself away, this is hidden energy, raccoon. This is, I only come out when I feel like this, and I hide if I feel less than. No. It's hard, the shark, for people to trust something that stays hidden. What is like one of the biggest fears in the world that people have? It is the dark, what they cannot see, the unknown. If the way you're showing up leaves an aspect of yourself or your process unknown, people will not trust it. And this is a moment in which we need your trust. You need our trust. Something that stays hidden and murky and like shady, it's not trustworthy. We perceive it as a possible threat. But someone that shows up into the collective, playfully, willing to learn, showing us the outcome and the process, knowing that they have spiritual strength even in the playful moments, even in the, fouls, even in the misses, right? In fact, they have even a larger spiritual stature when they show up and they fail. And then they try again, learning from that failure. Their spiritual stature is heightened, greater, more elevated, more powerful, more impactful because of that. You will be more impactful if you show up and are seen in the process of learning how to lead your own self and then us. Yeah? Let's get you some tarot cards right away. See if there is anything else here. But again, no more of that. Like, I'm gonna practice getting good at something away from everyone and only be witnessed to do it when I have mastered something. Because this is something you will not have mastered until you are able to engage with the process of trial and error, failure and repetition publicly. so that we can see your work. It'll help you find a place you really feel like you belong to. Sometimes you might struggle with that, Aquarius, and it's because you show up inauthentically. And I know you hate that word because you feel like you're always authentic, but not showing your full self, expressing your full self, being like, oh yeah, I just know how to do this, even if you spent like days, hours, weeks, months, years of your life hiding away, learning how to do it perfectly, and then you show up and you're like, oh, it comes easy. No, that's inauthentic, and that when we wear that kind of mask, we never are gonna feel like we belong. How can we? People don't know us. They don't know the depth of us. They don't know what's happening under the surface. Can I get any other messages for my Aquariuses? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Ooh! Yeah, right, it flew out on top of the Swan. The Seven of Cups in reverse. The end of illusion, the seeing through to reality. This, if I see only this in a Swan, in a way it is an illusion. In a way it is a deceit. In a way it is practicing falsehood and untruths, lies. This is, when I see this, engaged, both parts, I see the reality. Don't sell people an illusion, right? End the illusion and sell them the truth. Don't even sell them on it. They'll buy it, regardless of whether you sell it or not, because they will know it is real. And you, better than any of us, can speak to the value of authenticity. Show us everything. Do not hide. Do not master away or alone. Show us everything. Any other messages or insight? Ooh. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Came out, wanted to go right on top of the spider. Networks. You need, again, it feels like this. It feels like everything I've just been talking about, but it is like, how are you showing up and allowing yourself to engage with people? And how are you also, probably more importantly, how are you allowing people to engage with you? Is it shady and hidden? Are you trying to be the master when you are really the student? How are you showing up? This tells me you are not showing up fully and authentically and truly in your entirety. There's a disconnect or a missing link, a missing piece. People can help you immensely and vice versa if you show up truly and are willing to engage in an actually, honestly, not deceptively, collaborative process. You can't do this anymore. You can't. You have to show up in the moment. Or else you won't accomplish anything. The Magician in reverse. You can accomplish so much, but it does require a massive shift in the way you engage with the work. This Magician upright is the ability to manifest what you want in your reality. The Magician in reverse tells me there is a lack of materialization of goals for you, and especially collective goals, right? Goals that you're trying to do with others, for others, around others. And it has to do, I really do feel like it all ties to the fact that, like, if you don't show us everything, if you hide away, we don't trust you, we're deceived by you, and you might be preaching authenticity, but you are not practicing it. And the universe won't reward that. There's a karmic debt to that. Excuse me. Show up in the moment, in process, and things will start to happen quickly. People will come to your aid when they see what you're doing, what you're about, really see what you're about, instead of whatever image you're trying to project. It's scary. It's scary to make yourself vulnerable. I don't even want to say the word. To make yourself vulnerable. I can't do it. Make yourself vulnerable. Wow, you really don't want to do this. To make yourself vulnerable enough. 2 times in a row. Vulnerable enough. 3 for 3, baby. To make yourself vulnerable enough, I had to do it again, to show up in process without mastery, but with engagement. People will trust and follow and help and assist and aid that, and goals and projects will be completed in a way that they never could be before. Okay? I'm gonna stop talking about that because you don't like it when I do. Clearly, my tongue is tied. Any other messages for my Aquarius's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node? It's gonna be okay, y'all. This is great. You can be the person you try to get us to believe you are, but actually be it. Right? Instead of presenting as one thing and knowing the reality that you're this. This is a correction. This is a healing. There is overall the 3 of Swords, the Fool in reverse, 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Star. Oh my God, it just keeps getting better. The Chariot. Let's talk about that. I know, Aquariuses, you don't like this space. Emotional spaces in general are uncomfortable for you, especially if your moon is in Aquarius. But an emotional pain, grief, loss, betrayal, we'll just run the negative programming of it over and over and over and over again. The Saturn aspect of us will take over and we'll be lost in this, right? And unable to restart or start again or move on because we don't know how to cope with this emotional pain. We don't know how to cope with emotions and we can't move on from them. So what do we do instead? We cling to something. And this seems to be, I'm feeling an image of mastery, self-sufficiency, ease, swan above the water, grace, unperturbed, undisturbed, unhurt. But really, we can't move on. We can't heal because we're not being real, right? We're clinging so desperately to something instead of opening and allowing a process to happen, right? Open your palm, open your hands, and see what you stand to gain. You can heal, right? Boy, oh boy, can you ever. This is your card. You can move forward in a big, big way if you just let go of this, of hiding, of showing up only when you feel strong. Of not engaging in process, in the presence of others. Open, receive, and move on. Stop becoming so rigid in the role you feel you have to play that you can't move. Open. Open. Things will start moving and working so much easier if you let go. and open. Okay. I love this for you. Let's get you a little message for the month, a little parting words from Spirit. Can I get one message for my Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter? Can I get one message for my Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter? Ocean of Eternal Love. 44, angel number, breaking down to an 8. Ocean of Eternal Love. Let's read that. Maybe. Here we go. It is said that love conquers all. This is especially true for you at the moment. Something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren now becomes fertile. A seed is planted, and you are the co-creator. The conditions are favorable, the timing is right. A new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel, and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. Love heals. Love conquers. Love creates. Love is eternal. This, let go of. A new image is born. Love conquers, right? Love creates. All right, Aquariuses. Bye, you filthy animals. Mwah.